Alright guys, this is another video I'm making, same day. So here is where my EBP sensor is reading key on, engine off. The voltage is good, a little over a half a volt, but we're still a little less than where we need to be. Key on, engine off, it's supposed to be at about 14. It's supposed to be within the same as the barometer or barometric pressure, as well as the map sensor. So we're at 4.6 psi for the baro, and map sensor is also 14.6. So the issue is definitely the EBP sensor, but I also wanted to show you guys a little something cool. So what I've got here is just a little simple setup. It's just a little blowgun. I put it down in there. Now I won't be able to do this one-handed, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to gently push the head down into the cavity. See the change? There we go. 18.9. So there's like a little pressure plate down in there. The best I can get this thing to read is 12.1 something. Let me pull that back up. 12.216, I believe, is the best I can get it to read without touching anything. So it's just like I said, it's got a good reading on the voltage, and as you can see, if I press down, the voltage also changes. So that's the max. I'm squeezing it. With everything that it'll put out is 52.954, because if I squeeze it harder, yeah, it doesn't go any higher than that. So I don't know if the exhaust pressure desired is supposed to read higher than that, because here's where it was throwing me off. So if you go to barometric pressure, you've got your two readings here, which are the exact same. And if you go to the map sensor, there is no map desired. You just got the map pressure sensor, map absolute pressure sensor, and then you've got the map sensor voltage, and then the PSI, which trucks off, so it's not going to read anything. But that sensor is supposed to read 14.6, just like the barometric pressure, which, they're supposed to be within 0.5 of each other. And so as you can see, the EBP sensor is off by quite a bit to what they recommend. So I do need another sensor. I don't know if I need another tube, but I am just going to replace the tube. Because what I'll probably end up doing, because this thing was a pain in the butt, what I'll probably do is I'll take a Sawzall, just cut that tube off right there at that nipple down in there, right there. So I'll cut it off at that nipple right there, and then that way I can just put a socket on it. I have a 16 millimeter socket, but I do not have a 16 millimeter wrench. Now I might pick one up, and then I won't have to worry about Sawzall. All I have to do is remove that little, I think it's a 10 millimeter or 8 millimeter nut. It's right there and pointing directly at it. That'll separate it from the valve cover stud, and then I'll be able to run a 10 millimeter socket. Oh, I think I might be able to, but if not, I can cut it up here and run the socket down over that tube down to there. But, either way is fine. Like I said, I have a 16 millimeter socket. I just don't have a 16 millimeter wrench. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty much what I've got so far. I'm going to go ahead and put this back together. So I am expecting, since this, well, that changed. That's interesting. That changed, and there's nothing on it. So it was reading 2.16. Now it's reading 2.89. So it is slightly going up, and it's just really gummed up. I've ran gasoline down in there three times. I'm sorry, three times. And so, I keep adding a little bit of pressure to it, which I'm almost empty. But I can't even. There we go. I'm way over here. Yeah, like I said, it's hard to do this with one hand. This is really a two-handed type deal. But yeah, I mean, I just keep trying to clean it out, and I mean, just gently cleaning it out. Yeah, it's still moving, but it's still reading 2.89. So, I'm just going to, oh no, it's 2. Well, see, it keeps fluctuating. It went from 12.252 to 12.25 or 89. So, like I said, the numbers keep fluctuating, and I'm not trying to run my battery down. That's not bad. I mean, it's not balanced. This is the old battery, and I'm sure I can charge this battery up. It's a deep cycle. These batteries are meant to be ran down all the way down, and then you can charge them back up. These usually go on boats, RVs, like the picture down there. But I've always ran them in a vehicle, because if you run your vehicle or your batteries all the way down, you got to turn around and spend $100. It's fine if you've got a car, gas burner. It only uses one battery. You go out and spend $200 on a really good battery with a good 7-year warranty. Hell, do it. But I'm not spending $600 on batteries, whereas I can go to Walmart and get marine batteries that you can run them quite far down. And, they usually come with a 1-year warranty. And when that year is almost up, I usually just take them in, whether they're good or not. I usually just take them in, get a fresh set of batteries. And, I let those run for as long as I can. When those finally die, repeat the process. But yeah, it's sitting here at 12.289. It's not really going any higher. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut the key off. I'm going to go ahead and put this back in, and maybe it'll read higher, maybe not. I don't know. But I'm going to go ahead and keep an eye on both the voltage as well as the absolute. Make sure it's reading as it's supposed to. But yeah, I am looking at replacing the sensor, which it's not a hard thing to do at all. It's just a matter of, I'm saving money right now because, like I said, I keep stressing and saying the same thing over and over again. Pregnant wife, got a third one on the way, and the house that we're in is only big enough for 2 kids. So this house right here is actually bigger. So I'm putting away money, and by the end of the year, because I'm not going in there right now, I already know I'm going to walk into a bunch of wasps, because there's a back window that's busted out, and I was stubborn and didn't want to listen to anyone. I didn't cover that window, and now there's a bunch of wasps in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until wintertime, and I will go ahead and start tearing out the walls that need to be torn out, replace the floor. The only thing in this house that needs to be replaced floor-wise is just the bedroom, the master bedroom, which is right here. But all the floors are great. There's just 2 small leaks in the roof, which that's an easy fix. The roof overall is in really great condition for, I think this is a 70s model mobile home, 70 or 80s. But yeah, we're just trying to get into there, and that's why you don't see this week, I'm putting in new mirrors, or the next week I'm putting in a new head unit, or in the following week I'm putting a lift kit in it, and the week after that, that's why I'm not doing that. I mean, I know I did that with the 7.3. I put the lift kit on, the mirrors, the head unit, it's got a new turbo, new up pipes, new radiator. I mean, I've put a lot of money into the 7.3. And I do plan on doing the same thing with the 6.0. It's just a matter of my priorities right now are focused on my wife and my kids. That's what's more important right now. So, yes, I plan on this channel to continue to grow, and it might be a little slow, a little sluggish, but, family comes first. So, once we're in that house, then I'll start, next week, a lift kit, and, a week after that, hey, I'm getting a head unit and all that jazz. And I might get some of these things before I get into that house. I mean, some of the non-expensive things, I can put a head unit in there for like $50, $80. I'm not trying to put a sound system in it. I just don't like the factory radio. But as far as, putting a paint job on here and putting, new tires, which it needs, running rails, I'm not doing all of that right now. So that's just going to have to wait, unfortunately. Unfortunately, channel-wise. But, like I said, family comes first. And where's Vin Diesel when you need him? But anyway, did someone say family? Let me go ahead and throw this sensor back on that little piece there and see what kind of readings we'll get after I put that on there. But yeah, that's not going anywhere. It looks like the best reading is 12.289. So it's probably just really too far caked up to be able to do anything about it. So I will be right back. So we're all put back together now. I'm going to go ahead and throw the air box back on. But yeah, this is the best it's going to read. It's actually reading a little bit lower, 12.252, where it was reading 12.289. So, I mean, the voltage is still decent. It's fluctuating. But yeah, that sensor is just needing to be replaced, but everything else looks all right, I guess. So like I said, I'm just going to go, well, there's 12.289 again. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and throw the air box back together, and basically I'm just waiting until my wife gets off work, because I don't have car seats in my trucks. That's another thing. That's another reason why I'm not doing a whole bunch of stupid buying of crap right now, is because I need to get 2 car seats that I could just alternate between the trucks, because right now we've got 1 set of car seats. We actually have 3 total car seats. So when the newborn gets here, we'll actually have a seat already ready for her, which should be in about 2 months from now. Let's see, this is October. Yeah. So 2 to 3 months from now, they're saying that the baby should be here towards the end of December or the beginning of January. So, as a matter of fact, on the 8th of this month, it's my eldest son's birthday. So he's actually going to be 3. And then December 29th is my daughter's birthday. So she's going to be 2. And then, of course, we're just waiting on the other baby to get here, and then we'll have all the birth dates established. But yep, just gotta wait to put some coolant in here and then fire it up, see what it's gonna do. But until then, I'm just gonna throw this back together and have it ready. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and pull that out of there so I don't forget. Suck that into the turbo and have another expense. Last thing I need. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Later, Gators.
Finding out what country really means, from the bright city lights to the small town scene.